What is up, Geeks and Geekettes? It's another episode of the Countdown City Geekcast, and this is going to be one of my favorites for sure because it is our 5-year anniversary episode. Round of applause from all the Geekcasters. 5-year anniversary episode, yeah. My name is Steady. With me on this tremendous event, first we got Jericho.
What's up, y'all?
And we also got the man, the myth, the legend, you know him as JC.
Hey, everybody. 5 years, congrats, guys.
5 years, and you've been here for most of those now, right? Little over 2 years?
A little over, in May, it'll be 2 years.
Oh, there you go. All right, all right.
Yeah, so.
Well, this is going to be a very special episode. We're going to start off how we normally start off by going through some geeky weekly headlines, but then afterwards, we're going to get into a brand new Countdown City Geekcast segment, and I've never been more excited for a segment than I am today. So I cannot wait to show you guys what I have in store for you. I think it's going to be hilarious, and I can't wait to do it. So
at our expense.
Sweet.
Hilarious at our expense. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He didn't deny it. You noticed that. He didn't deny it.
He did not.
So before we get to that segment and before we get to the weekly headlines, how about we go over our backgrounds right now?
Yeah.
If you're looking behind me, what you're looking at is, of course, the Bat Cave below Wayne Manor. We got some like bat suits like here, and that's the computer like there. And
which Batman movie is this from?
It's just a concept art.
It's a concept
art. Yeah, it looks like
art.
Concept art, yeah.
All right, cool.
But it should be the new one if they ever show us a Batcave. But Jericho, how about you explain yours? I don't know what that is.
So I'm in the Millennium Falcon right now. Han and Chewie are taking over. I told them I had a meeting. Yeah, I had to do some quick little meetings, so they're gonna take over right now.
You're like the second co-pilot.
I put my and I put my name right up here too. I'm the only one in the ship that has it. So
is that a can of El Chingon, sir?
It is.
Yeah.
And I have another one here on standby.
You're doing it right, sir. I'm proud of you.
Nice.
I am proud of you.
And I had to start early. Like we were having some trouble right now, and I was like, I got to start now.
And JC, I don't know what that text is behind you. How about you explain that?
Funny. Countdown City WrestleCast, which y'all invited me to be a part of this. Funny. That's funny. Y'all invited me to be a part of this, and I do appreciate it. Like I said 2 years ago, and then getting the WrestleCast off the ground has been a lot of fun. So here's our standard logo you usually see on every episode, and nice little Photoshop job that I did with this one. So
that's really good.
All right,
felt it appropriate to promote it.
Now I'm curious. Out of everybody you've interviewed, no offense to everybody else, but has your favorite interview been Gail Kim?
I didn't even interview her. I just got a liner. That is my favorite liner. Yeah, so I would love to interview Gail Kim. That would be amazing. But,
interview probably coming.
Haven't
this
worked
year,
out into the cards yet. So
yeah,
I don't think she's too busy right now. So we gotta make
hopefully.
that work. There you go.
No, but making a lot of cooking videos with her husband and a whole bunch of stuff on now that they got time at home. So
Robert.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Now back to our 5-year anniversary episode. Probably a lot of what you expect in an anniversary episode. A lot of discussions about previous interviews, episodes, live events, all that good stuff. But first, we're going to talk about the Geeky Weekly Headlines. And even though there's not a lot of movies or some TV shows are even been put on hold right now, season finales have not been aired, we still have some information. The first of which is a bombshell that everyone was expecting to drop, but it's official. As of today, San Diego Comic-Con 2020 has been canceled. The biggest event of the year. No offense to anybody else who has conventions, but just another planet filled with nerdiness and geekiness and cosplay and movies and everything you can imagine has been canceled. And even though it is sad, it is very much expected. They just want everyone to be absolutely safe. And when you have hundreds of thousands of people in one area, sometimes sleeping outside next to one another for hours and hours and hours, it's just best to not take any chances. So completely expected, but still it hurts a little bit. You guys disappointed that it's not happening, but do you guys expect studios will still take opportunities to kind of plug their future projects? JC?
I feel like we should be asking you that question because you're the Comic-Con guy. You've been there. You've lived it. And this is probably hits at your heartstrings so much. So I'm very happy that you're coming and doing this episode considering the news broke today. So it's good to see you in good spirits. But movie-wise, yeah, I think the studios are going to come up with their own thing. There'll be some crazy YouTube video presentation that they probably would have put at Comic-Con, and they'll go with that. They'll run with that and get the fan reaction via social media. That's the best way to do it.
Jericho?
Yeah, same here. Not surprised, but it does suck. I mean, I've been to conventions like here in town, and when you're there, you kind of get lost in it, and it becomes like its own world. So to hear one of the biggest, as far as I know, it's one of the biggest conventions being canceled, and also for the first time in like what 20, 30 years, something like that. You know, like that.
50.
That sucks.
Yeah.
50. Oh yeah, there you go. See,
wow.
50 years. So that sucks. But yeah, I mean, it's for everyone's safety, and I'm sure, yeah, the studios will come up with something. Maybe they'll do a Zoom presentation like us. They'll do something. Yeah, they'll take care of the fans for sure. But
hopefully,
it's all right. We'll be hopefully back to normal by next year.
Studios, hear me out. Warner Brothers, Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm. Here's your opportunity to come up with a very creative presentation. Do anything you like. Put yourself in a virtual world. Have people like stage, short movie presentations. They've done a number of different type of things with the presentations at San Diego. Now you get to do all of that, but then put it in like our homes and our television. You're not going to get the full experience by any means, but you're going to get something pretty close to it, or not close to it, but the production value can still be really high, and you can still get all this stuff out. So figure out an interesting way to put this out.
You know, they could do, I don't know if y'all saw that Disney family sing-along thing the other day. They could kind of do something like that, like each studio or whatever movie they're trying to promote, like have those actors and directors and whatnot do something for it. Like that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's possible, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So again, bummer news, but completely expected. Let's hope that the studios decide to do something kind of spectacular for everybody to kind of get these movies promoted and all that good stuff. Coming up next, some major news, probably the biggest news of the week. There was rumors that J.J. Abrams and his Bad Robots company set up a major deal with Warner Brothers and would also include projects for DC Comics. And lo and behold, it's official. J.J. Abrams and his Bad Robot company will produce 3 new TV series, all of which will reside on the HBO Max streaming service, coming later this year. Expected in May, but I don't think there's been an official date yet. So hopefully next month. But these TV shows are probably still in early development. Don't expect anything too soon. One series is known as Duster. There's a synopsis online that I didn't care about, so I'm not going to read it. Another TV series is going to be based on The Shining and the Outlook Hotel. So the series is titled Outlook and will be a spinoff from The Shining. Not sure if it's going to be a prequel or a sequel to The Shining or follow the recent film with Ewan McGregor, but we'll see what happens with that. And the biggest one of all of these, there will be a series based on the Justice League Dark comics. We're talking Swamp Thing, Zatanna, Constantine, a whole slew of just characters with magical powers dealing with demons, sorcerers, all that good stuff. Jericho, let's hear from you first. Are you most excited for Justice League Dark? How excited are you, and do you trust JJ to put out the perfect product?
Yes and yes. So yes, super excited for Justice League Dark, and J.J. Abrams having his hand in anything is gold. So I'm totally down for it. Yeah, and this will be probably I think the second live action Zatanna that we get. So, and the fact that it'll be HBO, I mean, that gives them basically no limits as far as what they can do and what they can show.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm excited.
JC?
Wasn't there a series or something that was canceled that they were teasing was going to lead into Justice League Dark? I'm trying to remember. Was it Swamp Thing? I'm trying to remember.
Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing was
Possibly.
supposed to have a second season, and I
Uh-huh.
believe by the third season they were going to spin off into Justice
Oh,
League
yeah.
Dark.
Maybe this is that plan. Maybe this ties into it. Maybe Swamp Thing lives. So I'm actually pretty excited about this, and it's in the right hands with J.J. Abrams. So hopefully he does something great. Yeah.
Shout out to Derek Mears, who was the actor under the Swamp Thing makeup. He actually, when we broke the sort of the story around Swamp Thing, he was one of the folks that liked our post on Facebook. One of his friends follows us, so somehow he got word of our post and all that. So he said a lot of really nice stuff and how excited he was. Bring back Derek to do this. He's a huge guy. I think he was perfect. He already knows how to sort of act without a lot of movement or facial expressions, because when you're under 100 pounds of makeup, you have to figure out other ways of showing emotions and intimidating people and all that. So Derek's already used to it. He's good at it. Bring him back. I'm hoping for the best. JJ, less is more, man. Less is more.
Take your time with it.
Take your time. But if it's anywhere in the same vein as the previous Constantine series with Matt Ryan, is that his name? I think it's his name.
I believe so, yeah.
That was done beautifully. Production value can go up a little bit more, like Swamp Thing level, and I think it's a home run. So let's hope that's what happens. Other news: Gina Carano turned 38 this week. Happy birthday, Gina Carano!
Still looks good.
I knew you'd love that. I think Jericho's a fan too, actually.
Yeah.
Killing it on The Mandalorian. She's gonna be back for season 2, and she's also from, she was in the first Deadpool movie, so she's having a great time right now. Two deaths, unfortunately, that we reported this week. The first of which is Brian Dennehy, who I remember most from the father of one Chris Farley and Tommy Boy. Still to this day, my personal favorite comedy. And even though it was by far one of the funniest films ever in the history of cinema, to me, there was still so much heart in it, and one of the reasons is because of Brian. So really sorry to see him go. And then we're also saying a farewell to one Howard Finkel. JC Fink, you looked up to him a lot, didn't you?
I mean, he's the classic announcer. You looked forward to WrestleMania every year to see if he would show up and make a surprise appearance. And I had the impression down. I think I was doing it a lot the first time I appeared with you guys. So it's young by modern standards. It was a shocking news, and he'd been in low health for a while. But a lot of the stories that have come out since his passing from wrestlers, backstage people, it's a tough week for wrestling, especially with all the releases WWE had on Wednesday. It's been a very, very tough week for wrestling. But that's some tough news. You start to get up there in age when a lot of people you watched as a kid are starting to go, and it's hard to watch. But.
And then Jericho, Brian Dennehy, what's your favorite movie or role of his? Do you have one?
Well, Tommy Boy. Any other movie I've seen him in, I always revert back to Tommy Boy. Like they had that father-son, relationship. Like you felt like if they could really have been father and son.
For sure.
Yeah.
And he was only in it for the first maybe 15 minutes of the movie or whatever. But
it was a setup for the whole story. Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I always go back to. I know he's been in a ton of movies and maybe TV shows, but that's what I always go back to. Tommy Boy.
And JC, you had just mentioned wrestling or WWE is having a rough week this week. This might be something that kind of turns that around. It depends on what you think about it. Breaking news today: Money in the Bank will be held not in a ring per se, but
the
in
matches themselves will be
different floors of a corporate building.
Do you want me to explain it?
Let me read what they say.
That's already confusing.
Okay.
And how confusing it sounds, and then you can explain exactly what they're talking about.
All right.
WWE superstars will climb the corporate ladder at Money in the Bank. The match begins on the ground floor of WWE headquarters, but the briefcases will be hanging all the way up on the roof of the corporate tower. GC, this sounds like we're going to have a type of throwing people off the roof kind of match, but they're not. Explain to me what's going to happen.
What's going to happen is we've had empty arena matches. This is an empty corporate building match, if you will. I don't know if the whole pay-per-view is going to be there, if they set a ring up somewhere, but at least the matches, they will start on the ground floor of the Titan Towers, the WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, and they got to make it all the way to the top to get the briefcase by any means necessary, whether you're taking stairs or an elevator. I'm just curious what kind of hijinks they're getting into. Wow. And I hope there's good weather that day, because if there's a bad storm or the weather is shit, ain't no way they're going on the roof, man. So
imagine that briefcase is swaying in the wind.
Yeah, and you're trying to climb that ladder and get that. So it's interesting.
It was like in the early 90s, they had a show where they had a match on a roof.
Oh God, I can't remember.
I can't remember, and I don't remember who was part of it. Yeah. But it was, and they had an audience with them. Like, it was a full-on show on top of a roof.
Wow.
Of like some building.
See, what I don't know is I don't know if it's just the Money in the Bank matches themselves that'll be taking place. Like, if this is going to be something like the Firefly Funhouse segment or the Graveyard, the Boneyard match they had at WrestleMania, where they're just like pre-taped matches. So
hopefully pre-taped, just for everyone's safety.
Maybe they're embracing it more. Just don't get ridiculous with it. But 2 Money in the Bank matches taking place at the headquarters. We'll see. Honestly, the first thing when I thought of this is like, this is something WCW would have done. So we'll see how this goes. We'll be talking about it for sure this week on the WrestleCast, among other things. So that's a crazy story.
I'm not afraid of heights, but I am definitely afraid of just like a gust of wind blowing me off the top of a skyscraper.
Yeah. You better have a netting
climbing a ladder.
Yeah. I don't even want to watch somebody wrestling for whatever on the roof. Like, just do it green screen style and just like place them on a roof, but don't actually physically do that.
What's interesting is that headquarters has so much memorabilia there. Like, the parking garage has Vince's Corvette that they destroyed with the cement truck.
Nice.
It's still sitting in the parking garage there.
They couldn't move it.
You literally can go and it's there, just still destroyed. So I'm curious. There's so much memorabilia in that whole building. There's offices. Please, somebody take a body slam onto Vince's desk just one time. That's all I want to see.
Yeah,
I would love to see that. Or then break into a conference room or something like that. I don't know. I would
in the middle of a meeting.
Yes. I'm supposed to be social distancing, So.
Right.
And Jericho, you're afraid of a lot of things. Are you also afraid of heights?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's right. We tried to put up your house lights, right? And you were like having issues.
And you were just there holding the baby.
And I was holding the baby and trying to hold the ladder with one hand, with one finger. I was like, I got you, man. I got you.
Reach up there. Put hooks in the
Well, that's what I was doing, but it was scary.
Come on.
But I mean, like you said, Seti, like I want to see it, and I'm curious like what they're gonna do. But if I start seeing them climb a ladder, like my heart's gonna start pounding. Like it's I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just scary because you have no idea what's around. They have some kind of barricades or I don't know.
Curious how many fans will try and show up to see it too, but I have a feeling it'll be pre-taped. But we'll be we're working on trying to stream a live reaction, myself, Tina, Tommy, and Mike, while we're watching Money in the Bank. So we'll see.
Just sounds like one of those things that might sound spectacular, like in a room, but then when you try and do it physically, like, maybe we're a little bit trying too much.
It's the WWE way, like, basically
like
the
Brawl
arena
for
in
All.
Baltimore. Yeah, Brawl for All, exactly. We're gonna go big with it. We're gonna do something different, and they said we can't have events in that arena, so everyone thinks we're just gonna do the performance center. So let's up the ante a bit.
Gotcha.
And plus, I mean, like with WrestleMania, you know, they can't really do anything else there. You know, they went through the whole locker room and basically the whole performance center. So yeah, it's like, let's move venues and do something that people won't expect.
Yep.
Who knows?
I'll tell you what, I hate to be the janitors of that building and have to clean up afterward. That's gonna suck.
Yeah, right.
So,
for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Man.
And that'll do it for our Geeky Weekly Headlines. If you have any headlines of yourself that you want us to discuss, by all means, head on over to Facebook, click the send message button. Let us know what headlines you want us to talk about. You can also reach us on the contact page of our website at www.countdowncitygeekcast.com. All right. It's our 5-year anniversary, and it's time for a brand new segment that I'm very excited about. I hope I'm not plugging it too much. But ladies and gentlemen, the first time ever, I present to you the Countdown to the Geekcast segment of That's What Geeks Say.
Yes. I love it.
This is the segment where we're going to play a clip from a previous live or episode or podcast. We're going to ask the Geekcasters to finish the line. What is said next?
My God.
So let's head on over to the first clip. What do you got next on the list?
Next one would be April 13th, New Mutants. That had gotten pushed back.
It got pushed back.
Yeah, that's
It got pushed back to
did not update the list.
February.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's all right.
There's checks and balances here.
That's
There
one
you go.
demerit for you.
But what do y'all?
All right, so hitting the pause button, I'm going to start with Jericho because you're the one that I'm actually speaking to. So, Jericho, what does Steady, a.k.a. myself, say next in this video clip? Is it – sorry, you get options.
Okay, thank God. I
this is like 3 years ago.
Is it A, you had one job? Is it B, two – wait a minute. There's 3 options. Is it A, you had one job?
Okay.
B, 2 points lost from Gryffindor? Or C, you're killing me, Smalls?
Oh, man.
I've probably
These
said
are all
all
things
of
you've
these
said at one point or another. That's the thing.
You say both of these to me probably on a daily basis.
Even when we're not.
I'm gonna say you had one job.
All right. JC, do you remember the options?
I remember the options. I don't remember what you said, but I'm gonna take a wild guess and say 2 points from Gryffindor.
All right. JC says 2 points from Gryffindor, and Jericho, you said you had one job?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's head on over back to the clip and see what I said. That sounds so weird to say that out loud.
New
2 points lost from Gryffindor.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
JC gets
Suck
the point. Question two.
So Doctor Strange gave him the time stone. Right. After seeing the 14 million versions of what is going to happen, right?
14,605?
Something like that. I don't know, whatever.
All right, pausing and going back to the Geekcasters. JC, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Next up in the clip, what does Rob call me? Is it A, nerd, B, know-it-all, or C, Captain Obvious?
I'm gonna say he called you nerd.
Jericho, same question.
And know-it-all.
And know-it-all, okay. And by the way, the first clip was from our very first live episode, January 2018, episode 26. So a long freaking time ago. And this is from our
Star Wars Day.
Infinity War.
My first episode too.
Free Comic Book Day. And May of 2018. So yeah, it probably was also Star Wars Day.
Episode.
Star Wars Day, Free Comic Book Day fell on the same day that year, I think.
It's a big day, yeah.
All right, so let's go to the clip and let's see exactly what Robert called me.
Nerd. Don't tell us on there.
Yes.
And it was nerd. Question 3.
Wow.
The internet can be a horrible place, but a lot of times they come up with some really cool stuff. So they're taking that message and they're just photoshopping it on like everybody's social media handle. Like I think Robert De Niro's handle was like, "Hello there," and it's just like, no,
Robert De Niro.
No.
Would be kind of cool.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we're going to pause there and come back to our Geekcasters. Jericho, we're going to start with you this time. We're at the Play Live Nation grand opening. This is question 3. What Robert De Niro famous line does Juan on the right there say? Is it A, you're good you. B, I got nipples, Greg. Could you milk me? Or is it C, are you talking to me? What do you think, Jericho?
B. It sounds like Ryan, yeah.
All right. And then JC, which one do you think it is?
That wasn't Ryan. That was Juan. Ryan would have said.
Or Juan, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
I was thinking nipples too. Nipples are great, but I'm gonna go ahead and say.
I'm gonna allow matching for now. I can allow same answers if you want.
You know what? I'm gonna go C. You're talking to me. I'm gonna say that. Yeah.
Let's go to the video.
You talking to me?
You talking?
Oh yes.
3 in a row. Goes to
If
JC.
it was Ryan, he might have said the nipples line. Let's be
And
honest.
then it gets weirder. Henry Cavill went on his Instagram account.
Oh boy, I missed this one. What happened?
He posted a shot of him with his head down.
All real somber.
Slowly picks it up. He's playing this wacky song in the background.
Mm-hmm.
He lifts up a Superman doll without blinking, by the way.
Yeah.
And then he lowers the Superman doll. And then the film ends.
Stop.
And then the video ends.
What if this is? What if this is?
He's
all,
a really funny guy.
Remember when he shaved it? He had like a.
All right, pausing it there. Going back to our Geekcasters. This is question number 4 from episode 33, Batman Day 2018. What line does JC sing in reference to Henry Cavill's mustache beard setup? Is it A, 1 is the loneliest number, B, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday, or is it C, I will remember you? JC.
I believe it was C.
Jericho?
That C sounds more like something he would say. I'm going to go with C.
Let's go to the video.
I will remember
Yeah.
the whole thing with his.
Very good. Jericho.
I do remember that, actually. I do remember that.
Question 5.
That's my all-time favorite. Second, I'll do 3. So second, I'm gonna have to say.
Pausing it there and going back to the Geekcasters. What did Jericho accidentally say was his second favorite Stan Lee cameo? Jericho, you're first. Is it A, Star Wars fuck, B, Marvel motherfucker, or C, Spider-Man bitch? Jericho, what did you say accidentally was your second favorite Stan Lee cameo?
I'm going to say A.
A.
He sounds like Jericho. Star Wars, fuck. Sounds like Jericho.
Let's go to the video.
Not Star Wars. Fuck.
Star Wars, yeah.
Star Wars. You saw him. You didn't.
Why not? Why
Not
not?
Star Wars F-bomb.
Nailed it.
My bad.
Star-
Question 6.
Had to be done.
Well, and again, he's been around 10,000 years, so this is not his first daughter.
No,
so,
not at all.
First kid, so he's done it. You know, he's done it before, I'm sure. So it was sad though, just to think parent taking out their own child.
Pausing it there and going back to the Geekcasters. What does Steady say about Vandal Savage killing his daughter? JC, we'll start with you. Was it A, that's a boss, B, what a dick move, or C, yo soy tu papá?
I'm gonna say what a dick move.
And Jericho, how about you?
I want to say what a dick move, but I want to play it safe and go with B.
That was
B was what a dick. Started out there, Jericho.
Say what?
I said A.
Okay, and just to be clear, JC, have you gotten everything right so far?
So far, yeah.
All right, so JC has 5, right? Yeah.
I believe so,
Jericho, you have 2. Is that correct?
That sounds right.
Yeah, that's right.
You got Star Wars fuck, and then
Star Wars fuck. That's great.
there you go. All right, let's go back to the video.
That should be on the shirt.
That's a boss.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a boss move, man.
Jericho. Final question 7.
Making his debut on the show, my one and only brother. Give it up for Derek.
Yo, what's up?
Are we calling you the coach on this episode?
All right, going back to the Geekcasters. What does JC immediately call Derek after I introduce him? Jericho, we'll start with you. Was it A, Professor Hulk, B, Fat Thor, or C, Double Vision?
Oh, B. Has to be B.
JC?
I remember it was Fat Thor.
Let's go to the video.
I'm pretty sure.
Fat
Call
Thor.
me coach, the
And it's
mascot
Fat Thor.
SAFC,
Pick Thor with 2 C's.
Thor Part 2 look-alike.
Yeah. Thanks for playing to my fellow Geekcasters. That was the first ever. That's what Geek said. Thank you so much, guys,
Nice.
for playing.
I only missed one. Man,
That was
this is
awesome.
crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome. You don't understand how much fun I was having setting up this game. I was like, oh, I can't wait
it's
for
like
them to
me.
play this.
It's like me going through a blooper reel for the WrestleCast.
Yeah.
I'm laughing half the time trying to get those clips. So I can
Oh my
imagine.
God.
That's got to be so much fun. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
man. And we are currently running out of time, so we're going to go ahead and end it there. This has been a tremendous episode. Thank you to every single person who's ever been on the show, celebrities, comic book artists, cosplayers, and all the podcast friends of ours that we've had. My name is Steady. With me on this 5-year anniversary episode, we got the one and only Jericho.
There you go.
And we also have the man, the myth, the legend, and the first ever winner of That's What Geek Said. He is JC.
I want to say thank you to you guys for inviting me to be a part of this. In many ways, I needed this in my life, and it came at the right time, so I do appreciate it. And congrats to you guys in 5 years. It's been a
Awesome.
blast. Mhm.
Glad to
It's
have
been
you.
great. We'll have another
Yep.
episode where we discuss all of our favorite moments and all that. Just start yelling out names of our friends who've been on the show. Shout out to Anthony Gateau. Shout out to
Brian,
Ryan, Alice in
Eliud,
Movie Talk,
Eliud, Mike,
BP,
Yeah.
Dusty,
Tina.
There's been a
wherever
lot.
you're at,
Tina.
Tina, of
Rob,
course.
wherever you're at,
AJ Nightwing.
AJ
Will,
Nightwing.
Will Geeks Out, AJ, Tina, the mighty Tina.
Of course.
Thank you, everybody. Good night. Thanks for 5
Thank you,
wonderful
thank you.
years. Woo!
See ya.
AJ and I'm here. For more Geekcast episodes, subscribe to us on iTunes or your smart device podcast app. And please, write us a review. Be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Countdown City Geekcast. Follow us on Twitter at ccg_podcast or visit our website at www.countdowncitygeekcast.com.